Let's talk about books, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the big books and the small books we can read. Let's talk about books. Let's talk about books. Let's talk about books. Let's talk about books. What's up, y'all? My name is Ola. I am an artist, library worker, and on this channel, I talk about books, TV, and movies I'm really into, really passionate about. And today I'm talking to you about books, of course. I started a project called the Free Black Women's Library, and one of the perks and benefits of this project is that I get sent books from people from all over the world, from all walks of life. The collection features books written by Black women and Black non-binary authors. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you books from a box that I got in this month. Now, I haven't looked at the books that have come in to this box, so I'm going to be discovering them as the video is happening. And also want to let folks know, for those who are doing the Free Black Women's Library Reading Challenge for 2026, that in addition to sharing the titles with you, I'm going to share what possible prompts these books would fit into for that challenge. So for those of you who are doing the challenge, you might find some titles in this video that will work for you. So yeah, and if you don't know about the challenge, just leave me a comment and I'll share with you the details as far as the spreadsheet, the different selections. It's 40 prompts to be read in 2026. The goal is to read at least 24 books by Black women or Black non-binary authors in 2026 in response to 40 prompts that I created, right? So let me just share with you the books that came in this book box. Now, this book box, I also have to shout out the amazing author Deesha Philyaw, who is the writer of the book The Secret Lives of Church Ladies, which is a short story collection, which is like really bomb. That's a short story collection. That's a debut. That's an excellent book. I highly recommend. So if you're looking for something to respond to those two prompts, definitely read that book. But yeah, so let's see what Deesha sent us in this book box. Now, the first book is called Little Movements, and it is by Lauren Monroe. And it says here that this is a page turning, tender hearted debut about a Black woman who is finally given a chance to pursue her dream of becoming a renowned choreographer, only to find that it comes at a tremendous personal cost. Little Movements by Lauren Monroe is a debut. There's the author. So if you're doing the challenge, here you go, a debut. That's one of the prompts. The next book that came in this book box is called When the Harvest Comes. When the Harvest Comes is by Danae Michelle Norris. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her first name correctly because it could be Den. When the Harvest Comes is a novel, and this is a story of a heartfelt exploration of love in all its complex, transformative forms. Now, this book is fiction, and it is a good option for the LGBTQIA fiction prompt of the reading challenge, When the Harvest Comes. And it says in resplendent prose, she reveals the pain of inheritance and the heroic power of love. So there is Danae. And yes, LGBTQIA fiction is this category. And Danae is actually the editor in chief of Electric Literature, which is an amazing website, literary website. Definitely highly recommend checking that out. And it says that she is the first Black openly trans woman to helm a major literary publication. And there is Danae or Den. I'm not sure. I'm sorry if you're watching this. If I'm saying your name wrong, I apologize. When the Harvest Comes. The next book that came in this book box is called Innards. And Innards is by Magogodi Omfela McKenney. As y'all can see, these names are kicking my butt. But Innards is a collection of short stories. One of the prompts for the reading challenge is a collection of some kind: short stories, poetry, essays, prose. So this qualifies for that. Another one of the prompts is a book with a gorgeous cover. And I love yellow, so this would qualify for me for that prompt. Another one of the prompts is a book by an African author. So this would qualify for that as well. And it looks like it's not very long. So for those of you that, like myself, that are intimidated by books that are over 250 pages, this looks like a good one to check out. Excuse me. So that one is Innards. The next book in this book box is a book that our reading club read last year. For those who don't know, I do run a reading club that meets once a month over Zoom. Our first meetup is going to be on February 1st. That's a Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and we are going to be discussing The Wilderness by Angela Flournoy. So this is You Get What You Pay For by Morgan Parker, featuring a beautiful art by the artist Lorna Simpson. This is a collection of essays. So once again, essay collection, a book with a gorgeous cover, and so on like that. Morgan Parker, You Get What You Pay For. The next book in this collection, another beautiful cover, How to Be Unmothered by Camille Adams. And this is a Trinidadian memoir. So another two prompts that this would qualify for is a book by a Caribbean author and a memoir, right? Camille Adams is a writer from Trinidad, and it says, tormented by her mother's presence and haunted by her absence, Camille Adams gives us a breathtaking account of survival and self-determination, reimagining the meaning of escape, its cost, and what comes after. So there's another prompt for the reading challenge, which is a book that explores the idea of freedom and liberation or abolition or rebellion. And it sounds like this might qualify for that as well. There's a pretty picture of Camille on the back. So I want to share that one with you. How to Be Unmothered. Next up, The Trouble of Color. The Trouble of Color, an American family memoir, is by Martha S. Jones. Martha S. Jones grew up feeling her Black identity was obvious to all who saw her. But weeks into college, a Black studies classmate challenged Jones' right to speak, suspicious of the color of her skin and the texture of her hair. He confronted her with a question that inspired a lifetime of introspection. Who do you think you are? Now a prize-winning scholar of Black history, Jones delves into her family's past for answers. The Trouble of Color, an American family memoir. Let's see what Martha looks like. Oh, that's what Martha looks like. Interesting. So once again, we have the category of a memoir, and there's also a category of history. The Trouble of Color, an American family memoir. And while you're watching this video, let me know if you've read any of these books. So far, I have only read one of them, which is You Get What You Pay For. So I'm feeling very not well read right now. The next book is This Is Your Mother by Erica J. Simpson. And this is a memoir, once again, a memoir, and once again, a gorgeous cover. I love this cover. I love the font. I love the way the text is placed. I love this little bright orange horseshoe earring situation. Very nicely done. And this is Erica. Beautiful. And once again, not too big. We like this size. We, meaning me. Next up is a book that I'm actually reading this month. It's called Wrong Is Not My Name, Notes on Black Art with Black in Paren. And this book is by Erica N. Cardwell. It's published by the Feminist Press, which is one of my favorite publishing houses. And I am reading this book for the reading challenge because one of the prompts is a book about art making, or an artist. So Wrong Is Not My Name is the book that I'm reading for that prompt. And I'm really into it so far. So yeah, so those of you who are curious about art and who are doing the challenge, here's a good option. Next up, Fearless, Sleepless, Deathless. That sounds intense. This is by Mario Pinto. What Fungi Taught Me About Nourishment, Poison, Ecology, Hidden Histories, Zombies, and Black Survival. So one of the prompts is a book about nature or the environment. This definitely qualifies for that. This book is about mushrooms, fungi. And I do have some friends in my life who are very fascinated and deeply interested in mushrooms. And as a result of their interest, it has definitely piqued my interest. I find mushrooms kind of a little skeevy, but I'm curious to know what this writer has to say when it comes to this topic. And I also think this cover is very beautiful. Fearless, Sleepless, Deathless. That's by Mario Pinto. And once again, nature and the environment. This qualifies for the reading challenge. Look at my nails, y'all. I can't believe I'm showing y'all my nails like this. Next book, Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea by Khadijah Queen, a veteran's memoir. A lot of memoirs we have up in here. And I'll tell y'all a secret. I was never really into memoirs as a reader. Here's a picture of Khadijah. I was never really into memoirs as a reader until I started doing this challenge. I started creating the challenge in 2019 or 2018. And as a result of wanting to respond to all the different prompts, it has given me such an appreciation for certain genres that I never paid attention to before. One of them was memoirs, another is historical fiction, another is romance. So, yeah, that was a tangent, but y'all who've been watching my channel know I tend to tangent. Yeah, so this responds to the memoir prompt. And Between the Devil and the Blue Sea, Deep Blue Sea is a poet's memoir about family, survival, and one servicewoman's search for autonomy. We stay fighting, even if we don't call it war. Next up in this book that we got from the amazing Disha Phil, y'all, is this book, which this cover, I'm in love with this cover. Look at that. Something about it reminds me of Bed-Stuy, especially that this image of the brownstones. This is a novel, and the rich people have gone away. The Rich People Have Gone Away, written by Regina Porter. Her first book was called The Travelers. So this is not a debut. And this book takes place in Brooklyn. I didn't even know that, but that looks like Bed-Stuy. This book takes place in Brooklyn 2020. A diverse group of New Yorkers are brought together at the search for a missing woman in this electric novel of secrets, connection, and community. So this book, one of the prompts in the challenge is a book that takes place in your hometown or your place of origin. So this would be a good prompt for me because I'm from Brooklyn, because it takes place in Brooklyn. And it sounds like there's a thriller element to it as well. Set against the pulse of an ever-changing city, The Rich People Have Gone Away connects the lives of ordinary New Yorkers to tell a powerful story of hope, love, and iniquity in our times, while reminding us that no one leaves the past behind completely. Very interesting. It's about a missing woman. So there is a prompt about that says something like a mystery or a thriller. So this might qualify for that as well. The rich people have gone away. And for me, this would also be a book with a gorgeous cover. Next book. She sent us a lot of books, y'all. Behind the Waterline, a novel by Kiana Walker Lamel. When Hurricane Katrina approaches New Orleans, teenage Eric and his grandmother and many of their neighbors decide to ride out the storm. Kiana Walker's masterful debut novel brings her readers, like the rising water, onto Eric Street in the Third Ward, where stranded dogs bark for a time, where neighbors are floating on doors, and where Eric and his grandmother must take refuge in his second floor bedroom. Behind the Waterline takes place in New Orleans. So if you're from New Orleans, this could be in response to the prompt, a book of your birthplace of origin, a book of your hometown. There's also the theme of nature and the environment happening in this book because it's about Hurricane Katrina and the survivors of Katrina. This book is also a debut, so there's that prompt. And it's also a very historical moment, Hurricane Katrina. So this could be in response to that prompt as well, because the prompt states a book of history or historical fiction, right? Behind the Waterline by Kiana Walker Lamau. Next up, Bibliotherapy in the Bronx. Bibliotherapy in the Bronx is a groundbreaking exploration of the healing power of literature in the lives of marginalized communities. Rich with practical tips, reflective exercises, and book recommendations, Bibliotherapy in the Bronx is a valuable resource for anyone interested in the power of words to change lives. Whether you're a therapist, educator, bibliophile, or simply someone seeking deeper understanding and growth, this book offers a compassionate, culturally affirming guide to the transformative potential of storytelling. Now, this book would definitely qualify for self-help, life strategy, personal development, and could also be a hometown place of origin if you're from the Bronx. Hello, the Bronx. Shout out to the Bronx if anyone from the Bronx is watching. The Bronx is an iconic borough. This is a book that's been on my TBR for a while. I'm very curious about it because of the title, An Autobiography of Skin by Lakeisha Carr. An Autobiography of Skin. I also love this cover. Like, whoever is doing these covers for these books is really, this is art, right? A middle-aged woman feeds slots in a secret backroom parlor. This is a magisterial, intimate look at Black womanhood, the grief that is carried within the body, and the bonds of love that grant strength. An Autobiography of Skin by Lakeisha Carr. Once again, we have the prompt of a book with a gorgeous cover. And we also have the prompt of a book about grief, a book about grief, a book about healing, a book about personal strategy, and so on and so forth. So yeah, An Autobiography of Skin by Lakeisha Carr. Next up, hey, how's it going? I'm doing a little video. Is Mainline Mama by Kiana Harris. This is a memoir, book with a beautiful cover. Mainline Mama, a powerful exploration of self-resilience, family, and community from activist and prison abolitionist Kiana Harris. Now, Kiana Harris, being a prison abolitionist means that this book would qualify for the prompt of a book about abolition, as well as a memoir, as well as the cover, and so on and so forth. Mainline Mama is that rare book written to shake a system off its bloody hinges. And as importantly, the writing here makes a home of the fateful space between head and heart, between yearning and wishing. Just an absolutely awesome and vigorous work of art. Kiana Harris is a writer's writer. Do you hear me? So Kiese Laymon is the person who wrote that blurb for the back. And I think Casey Lehman is one of the greatest writers of this era. So anything that he recommends in this way, I would definitely be curious about. Now, let's see, how many books have we talked about so far in this video? Because one of the things y'all know is I don't like to do too much when it comes to my videos as far as them being too long. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next one is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we talked about 15 books so far, and there's still more books left in this in this box. So I'll do 5 more, so that'll be 20 total, and then maybe I'll do the rest in another video. I don't know. What do y'all think? Let's see. Or actually, I'll just do them all. And if this video feels like it's too long, you can watch it at double speed, or you can watch some of it and then come back again to watch the rest. But please like this video. Please leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel. Yeah, there's only a few left, so let's get into it. The next one, Queenie. Queenie by Candace Carty Williams. Queenie was turned into a series on Hulu. One of the prompts is a book that has been adapted for TV or into a film. So Queenie qualifies for that. Another prompt is a book with a one-word title. Queenie qualifies for that. Queenie is kind of a coming of age story, even though Queenie is in her 20s. I wouldn't call it YA necessarily. The main character is a bit problematic. I remember when this book came out, a lot of people didn't like it. Personally, I liked it, and I also did love the series that was on Hulu. So, but that's just me. Queenie. Queenie is a bit of a mess. Meet Queenie, journalist, catastrophist, lonely, loved, relatable. This is a quick, easy read, but I also know that people were frustrated with this character. I didn't mind her at all. The next book, Say Their Names, How Black Lives Matter Came to Matter in America, has a really intense cover. Look at that. Ooh, that tear. That's intense. How Black Lives Came to Matter in America. This is a book about politics, abolition, resistance, rebellion. So yeah, if you're doing the challenge, that's one of the prompts. You can read this one. This next one is one I'm really interested and curious about, Autistic and Black. Autistic and Black, Our Experiences of Growth, Progress, and Empowerment by Kala Allen Omiza. Kala Allen Omiza, in this powerful insight into the lives of Black autistic people, Kala brings together a community of voices from across the world spanning religion, sexuality, and socioeconomic status to provide a deep, rich understanding of what it means to be autistic and Black. This is an intersection that I don't really see talked about that much outside of social media. I know there's a lot of great social media, I don't want to call them influencers, content creators who create content around this, but I don't think I've seen a book about it as of yet. So one of the prompts is a book about a disability, neurodivergence. So this qualifies for that. And if anyone has read this one, please let me know what you thought of it, because I'm curious. Kala is an autistic writer, and she's a founder of a minority mental health initiative called I'm Heard. She's written several novels, and yeah, very cool. Autistic and Black. Next one, In My Remaining Years, Jean Grey. This is a memoir by Jean Grey, the artist, and I really love this cover. So it could be a gorgeous cover. It could be a memoir. It could be a collection of essays, because it is a collection of morbidly funny and personal essays. And it could also be a book about an artist. That prompt that I mentioned earlier, a book about art making, or an artist, this would qualify. Next up, The Water Bearers, a memoir by Sacha Bonet. This can be a book about healing. It can be a book of history. It can be a memoir. There's a bonus prompt, a book about motherhood. All of these things qualify. This book is very deep. Did I say a book about history? Yeah, it could be a book of history as well. This I read this book in 2025, right at the end of the year. It's really deep. I got to see Sasha read from it and be in conversation at a bookstore in Manhattan. And yeah, this is a good book. Lots of heavy feelings in this one, but also beautiful, beautiful prose. Next up, Putting Myself Together, Jamaica Kincaid. I love Jamaica Kincaid. I love this cover, book about a Caribbean author, book of collections, book by an award-winning author. Yeah, all the things, all the things. A collection. It's got interviews, it's got essays, it's got short stories. It contains just a collection of her writing and stunning, stunning cover. Okay. So only two more left. Oh, actually, only one more left. The Survivalists by Kashana Carley. The Survivalists by Kashana Carley. I believe this is a debut. Yes, this is a debut. And this is kind of speculative fiction, I would say, or maybe a thriller or something like that. Yeah, it's about a single Black lawyer who has one obsession in life, success, until she falls for Aaron. Oh, this could also be a romance. That's one of the prompts, is a romance. And yeah, The Survivalist, Kashana Carley. So that's it. Those are all of the books that we received in this book box. So if you made it to the end of this video, she sent us 2 copies of The Water Bearers. If you made it to the end of this video, please leave me a comment. Let me know if you have read any of these books, or if you plan on reading any of them, or if you are doing the Free Black Women's Library Challenge. Please let me know, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, bye y'all. Happy reading. Thank you for watching.